You used to paint it. You used to paint it.
Yeah, you're around here now. I tried to book it online, but it wouldn't let me. It kept saying I was missing information, so I thought, oh, that's the deadline.
That's what you're doing. Go on.
Let's see. If you go back any further,
Close one. It's heavy.
Is it a bit biggie?
Come on.
You've done the old phone. Look in here, okay? You know?
It's Harry Potter.
It's not Harry Potter.
On there.
That's all you've got good stuff at the table? We will require your full attention for the next 10 minutes. Stand. Release. Stand easy. Right. Everybody in? Doors closed, sir. Everybody in.
Thank you, sir.
Did you come
Men, our mission is crucial. Discover intelligence and learn how to breach the German fortifications for future operations.
They're here as war office inspectors, not recruits.
Secondly, we're here to boost everybody's spirits. A successful raid will have them cheering from London to Moscow. It'll show our commitment and raise morale both on the front line and back at home.
Plus, we'll be drawing German attention away to our Soviet allies. The Soviets are under tremendous pressure. And our raids will force the Germans to divert some of their resources.
Sir, you need to understand that they're here to inspect our readiness and strategy.
And lastly, we'll be breaking up Jerry's favorite toy, Ports, power stations, radar installations. If it's important and German, it's got to go boom. Right. Let's look at the plan.
Our Canadian pals will spearhead the charge, and us providing top-notch support.
Plan is simple. Hit hard, hit fast, then scatter. If things get hairy, stay calm. Remember the exit strategy. Remember, we aim to be back here by 1100 hours.
This is a day trip, not a holiday. No quarterly war programs.
And from the air. The RAF ensure Germany's defences are in disarray.
Sir, please, you need to understand that they're here to inspect our readiness and not participate directly in the raid.
So, to recap. Wreck things, gather intelligence, and give Jerry a headache, he'll remember. Roll out the map.
Explain everything to me properly after you've finished.
That's right. Focus on the paper in front of you. Your mouth shut. Ears open. Pay attention.
Steady on, Sergeant. We don't want to frighten them before the action's even started.
Right, here's the plan. We're taking over 6,000 men and hitting the French coast at Dieppe. Let's break that down. Blue Beach, 500 men. Scale the cliffs, take out the German guns. Crucial job.
Green Beach, 1,000 troops across the River Sea. Knock out radar installations.
What's that? What's that?
Now to the main show. Red Beach, White Beach. 2,000 men backed up by 29 Churchill tanks to take the harbor.
In the air, the RAF will be sending 7 patrols. Jerry won't know what he's doing. And here's what we got the plans. Orange Beach, 250 men to take out the coastal artillery batteries up on these coasts.
Hit them hard and withdraw. This is not an invasion. I repeat, not an invasion.
The Navy's here to see you safely home.
Bombing through the sky below us should be a piece of cake. I can always hear them cheering in Whitehall already.
It wasn't a piece of cake. The plan started to unravel before we even hit the beaches. The chance for surprise was gone. But even more critical was how poorly we understood our enemy's defences. Our intelligence had vastly underestimated the complexity and scale of the defences network. On Blue Beach, the Royal Regiment of Canada never stood a chance. On Red and White Beaches, the seawall, a death trap. But even worse still were our Churchill tanks. Supposed to provide cover for the infantry, they were meant to roll right off the landing crafts and punch through Jerry's fortifications. The tanks were trapped in place. Over on Green Beach, the South Saskatchewans and Cameron Highlanders reached the River Sea, and Jerry was sitting pretty on the other side. They were pinned down, unable to cross. For the Canadians, the cost was staggering. Over half the men that went ashore never returned. For Canada, Dieppe remains one of the darkest days in its military history. The RAF's plan had been to keep the Luftwaffe at bay, but our Spitfires and Hurricanes flying in from England had barely 15 minutes of fuel to engage the enemy before needing to return. Eventually, the commandos at Orange Beach did manage to silence the guns, but by then it was too late.
It was a brutal lesson. The intel. We got it from postcards, for crying out loud. But we learned that you can't take on a heavily fortified port with poor planning and expect courage alone to win the day.
Our ships were meant to deliver tanks and men right onto the beach. This rain stopped us cold.
We thought we could provide air cover, but with just 15 minutes of fighting fuel, we couldn't keep the Luftwaffe.
Dieppe can't be in vain. What's next? France won't be liberated without a land invasion, so what's the plan?
Right. No get started with our construction. We must plan meticulously.
For starters, we're going to need proper reconnaissance. No more getting our intelligence from postcards. We need to understand the shape of every shoreline, the effects of tide, and the size of every grain of sand and pebble. also need to understand how the German defences are organised and how they link up.
We need to know the full scale of their defense capacity. Whatever firepower they have, we'll raise the nameless player to dominate the firepower.
We will lure the river with a strategic bombing campaign. They'll be forced to withdraw to prevent aerial annihilation at home. This will give them a good chance to get a proper eye on the conditions of the ground.
I know you're attacking well-defended harbours, Ian. You've learned that's a big no-no.
We'll bring our own harbours. Mulberry harbours. Forceful, floating. Build them, sail, park wherever we want. Problem solved.
That way we can hit them on a broad, open coastline. Normandy is beginning to look like a top target.
You can make sure Jerry takes the width of our plans. We need a couple of years of disinformation and espionage to discombobulate.
Major General Percival, Jefferson cunning. Apparently, he's been developing tanks that swim, tanks that lay down targets, tanks that
Yes, Hobart's buddies. Oh, they'll cross beaches and minefields and roll right over Jerry's defences. Oh, don't forget the crocodiles. Flame-throwing tanks. Clear the bunkers, burn the nests. Those Nazis won't know what hit them. And it's not all about the toys.
But we have to admit, Irvine, the toys are jolly good fun.
Well, yes, the toys are good fun. But we're going to need men, a lot more men, American men, well-trained too. Men that can jump in the sea with full fighting kit and still be organised and functional when they emerge on the beaches.
Our experience in the Italian beach invasion should stand us in good stead for that.
Meanwhile, there's Operation Fortitude. Inflatable tanks, dummy planes, ships towing marines, an entire fake army. We're proving jet in the nucleus part of Calais. But all the while, we're actually eating.
It'll be the greatest show on earth. Imagine Jerry scratching his head, watching our rubber ducks, and playing with balloons across the Straits of Dover, while meanwhile, further down the coast, with the aid of our American cousins, we launch the biggest land invasion the world has ever seen.
Newhaven is key. Far enough east to be a big part of the deception campaign, and yet far enough west and well sheltered to load men and equipment and go to Normandy. Trains will follow men into the ports, and then the land will have to leave every hour.
That's right. Newhaven will launch a significant portion of the attack force. Both infantry and tanks, supplies, all from our shores across the channel. We'll use every ship available, and every detail will be meticulously planned down to the last bullet.
Let's not forget about Agent Garbo and his chums feeding them false intel. The Germans are extending the Atlantic Wall in the wrong spot.
And this time, we'll have no range action. None of this 15-minute business up here. We'll take control of the skies and keep it. Hold their position before landing, cut them off, then cover our troops as they move in. We'll be making a nice big hole for our attacks to go through.
It's 0630 hours.
The problems with it.
And naval artillery will rain down, and then the landing path.
Then onto the beaches, take it, push inland, and establish that foothold.
We'll be dropping paratroopers behind enemy lines, securing key positions, cutting off German reinforcements. And our forces land, we'll have their lines.
And then, at the end, we will take back France.
Plan fails, Mary. We will be facing total defeat.
Woman, time to move. Fire is not an option. This isn't a drill. You want part of Operation Overlord now? Come back ahead.
Let me give you a warning. There are fifth colonists out there.
Enemy sympathizers hiding among us, waiting to undermine our mission.
You'll recognize them. They'll be standing around, acting like tourists.
Do not stick to them. Do not engage. Keep your head down, stay sharp, and move quickly through. Got it? You up? And show!
Freezing. That was underground.
That was the train station.
Yeah, they used to go and sleep in the underground station.
Why?
Because it was deep down underground.
Good.
What's that there, Ross?
Scared.
Where did they have those? What did they do with those? This is a house that got bombed.
Why?
This boy's okayed it because he's in his cage.
Why? So he got
So because he's protected.
Must be strong.
Yeah, he's got
Safe. Unexploded bomb. It's gone. It's just been discovered by AR.
Look at that. The biggest explosion of the war in Sussex happened in
In
Newhaven.
the harbour, yeah. I think it was an ammunition boat, wasn't it?
Oh, it was full working order almost immediately.
Flat near
And
it,
listen to the instructions to defuse the bomb. You will need a steady hand and ice cool nerves. Good luck. So they're going to tell you what to do. Can you hear it? Can they tell you what to do?
Yeah.
Come then. What's it saying? She's going to defuse the bomb.
Press the button.
You hear it now? What have you got to do? That was an arm trick for the dog. What's in here? Something here you have to do? Listen to it then. Tell them what to do.
How are you doing in there? It was a bit hairy for a minute or two, wasn't it? All clear now, though, except Mr. Cartwright's greenhouse. That took a direct hit. Nobody hurt though, so you can come on out now. Off you go to your own beds. Unless there's another one, of course. Come this way, and mind your step outside. There's a lot of bricks and glass out there in the dark.
When you're sure everyone's safe, first you will want it first, so people know what it is. There's more fire from the century for you can become a raging inferno if you don't get it out. So when there is a rain, you'll be out with your stirrup cup, hose and bucket. The civilian volunteer fire watchers on roadshow will tell you when it does.
The lounge used to look like someone's house.
The wallpaper. Can you change it?
Lights broke.
Where's it to get going?
Oh, they still managed to make their cakes though, didn't they?
Yeah, they shot the
What's your favourite?
An apple? Or a pear? Or a potato? Oh, we got a parsnip.
Come on, Mummy.
Where coming?
Whoa.
Now inside the cliff itself, surrounded by tons of white English chalk. This tunnel is bordered with rock, 70-foot steps and 120 feet down to the beach below, giving soldiers access to one of the most vital links in the fort's defences. This is the Campagna, a fortified building built at the foot of the cliff to repel enemy troops from landing on the beach. Now, we may be 100 feet below the safety of the fort itself, but the Campagna was built like a miniature castle. Almost. Now, there are only 2 breaks in these thick walls, 2 ways in or out. There's a tunnel going back up through the cliff, and this doorway out onto the beach. I don't think anybody can just waltz in or out. Here there was a moat 12 foot deep and filled with seawater at high tide, and a drawbridge just like the one at the entrance to the fort.
I didn't know
Look at these loopholes. They're like arrow slits but for rifles. So soldiers down here fire out at the enemy with little risk to themselves. The Campagna really was its own secure little world. And even if the enemy did get inside the Campagna, a barrel of petrol was kept at the top of these steps. So if the enemy did get down here, a soldier would kick the barrel down the steps, followed by a grenade. So we're just in the southwest corner, high up on the cliff top, just inside the BOP, or the Battery Observation Post. Now, I know it's really dark in there, but don't worry, daylight's not far away. Speed was of the absolute essence. Every second counts in war. Now this was one of the first buildings in Newhaven to have a telephone, and not so the soldiers could chat to their families. Hello? Now I'm working. By the time the Second World War arrived, the BOP had become even more important. This whole building was reinforced with concrete and camouflaged against the cliff. From this cramped little building, Newhaven Fort had entire control of the bay. Okay, now we're getting really deep underground. We're still in the southwest corner of the fort, up on the cliff top, close to the observation post, but these are the musketry galleries, one of Lieutenant Ardag's cleverest designs. Mind your head, and your step. Like the Campagna, the galleries were part of the fort's front-line defence. On the surface, an invading enemy wouldn't have known that these rooms were even here, packed full of soldiers. And look, more rifle slits.
along the line of the cliff. Now, if invading enemy troops had been able to attack the fort from the beach below, they would have been met by a ditch, very difficult to negotiate, easy to fall into, and from these galleries, gunfire from 18 hidden riflemen. It would have been carnage if the fort had been attacked.
Right, hold on, Sam. Alright, we're doing steps. Yeah, that?
Okay, just stop walking.
I'm running. Not while you're going downstairs. You can do it in now. Edie, hold on. This is why I bought the dog bag. Pull me up. Yes,
We're nearly down. We're nearly down.
Yeah. You alright, baby?
Yeah. Ah, careful.
That's fine. There's always down to the beach.
Shut up and you can come in.
No, you could always come in.
Come down here. Yeah. See you out. How far's it going?
Oh, did you say some of this was used as airsoft?
Oh, this is the one.
What?
Wasn't some of this used as airsoft?
No, no. Wait. So this is a shootout, isn't it?
First beach. That's cool, but it wasn't true. Well, let's keep on going. Let's go tunnels.
What do you think then?
Tunnels. Camera.
It's good enough.